He's a real good comic. You guys are going to enjoy him. Give it up for Ross Glazner.
There's another one here.
That's my least favorite part, is because I was like, reach up. Let's play into my insecurities. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. But no, I do appreciate the nice warm welcome. That's always very nice to have. Because no matter how the rest of my time goes, I can always go home and be like, you know what, Ross? You had one hell of a welcome. Rest of the show, not so good. Not so good. But no need to worry, because when they stop clapping when they announce you, that you should start becoming concerned. It's like, that guy again. You know, people get up and start leaving. So I do appreciate the welcome. But no, we live in a very exciting time. Today's a very exciting day. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Ross, you gotta tell me what's going on. What's the exciting part? And if you have any patience and any sense of being quiet in your mind, you wouldn't have interrupted me, and I would have told you already what was going on. Because I'll just let you know right now, being interrupted is my biggest pet peeve of all time. I hate it. I mean, is anybody else, or is anyone like, oh man, when I tell a story, I love it when 13 people have to tell their own opinion. No one's like that. And so I understand that no one else likes being interrupted, but I personally really hate being interrupted. See, the problem is, my family's awful at it. And I'm the youngest, and so I have two older sisters, and them combined with my mother are the absolute worst. Okay, I love them to death, but they make me want to kick puppies sometimes. And I'm not proud to say yes. Everyone else laughed. She had their puppy. You don't do that. I don't care how many times you get interrupted. A puppy is not worth punting. They were 3 weeks clean. So. But no, like I said, I hate being interrupted. And I can honestly say that I have never in my entire life, from start to finish, told a story to my family without being interrupted. Like just the other day, we were over at my parents' house for dinner, and no, I'm not a loser who lives with my parents. I live with my sister and brother-in-law in the basement, but it's finished. It's finished. I have my own bathroom with carpeted floors. Whose idea was that ever? I think some people that Doug was talking about designed that, you know, like had 6 leaves and designed the bathroom. But no, and so there I am at the dinner table, and we're all eating, and my sister asked me, you know, how was your day? And so I started to tell her, I said, you know what, well, today was pretty good. To start off with, I was out doing some permit checks at this one spot. I mean, you won't believe it, but I almost died. Oh no, that's awful. Yeah, she talks with a northern accent. I don't know where it came from. None of us have ever lived farther north than Kansas City, so I don't know where this comes from. She's like, oh no, that's awful. Yeah, it is. I mean, like I was there, but I mean, seriously, mother, have you heard about so-and-so's mom? She almost died this week. It's like, no, that was me. Hold on. And so she goes on to tell her own story, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is awful. We should pray for her right now. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible, right? Because I'm there, just sitting there going, really, this is happening yet again. I was just want to tell them how your son, your only son, the person to carry on this last name of Glazner, commonly pronounced Glazner, almost died. You want to talk about so-and-so? I mean, which is an unfortunate name. But yeah. And so, I mean, I've tried all the solutions to overcome, you know, being interrupted. I've tried talking to him, but it really hurts when I have a story to tell. And please listen. And I feel like your story is better. And usually it's replied by, you know, oh, I just got so much going on here, you know, I just gotta say it, you know, before I forget it. It's like, I don't care. But or I get this one. This is the one I get all the time. I'm sorry. I say, you know what? No. You tell your story. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything for 15 minutes. No. See? Lock it up. Throw it away. Which is worse. I'd rather have someone talk in than the whole time I'm telling a story. So yeah, so I was down at this end of the street. You're still. interrupt me. And so I don't try the whole talking approach anymore. And I don't do the whole getting angry, because then I turn up being the jerk. You know, it's like, oh, anytime, just shut up. You know, I just want to tell a story. This is my story. You know, what it bothers you? You should just use your words. you know, son, just talk to your sister about it. And it's like, there's a puppy. You know, and so my last resort is I just leave, like straight up, like so you know, like an example the other day. Yeah, so I almost died. Tragic, I know. And I said, oh my gosh, what? It's awful. Mom, did you hear about so-and-so's mom? Mom, she almost died this week. And this is happening. It's happening again. And so I'll straight out just walk down. Car does need cleaning. Yes. I apparently drive a smart car. Which still probably be pretty roomy for me. You know, drive back. You know, and I get back to the car, and yeah, they don't know what's wrong with it. You know, and everything is. Oh, Ross, were you saying something? No, I'm just kidding. It never comes back to me. Never has a story come back to me. I might as well just leave. But no, I mean, I almost died, and they didn't seem to care. I mean, and since I have the microphone, and if you interrupt me, you risk getting kicked out without a refund. So I'm going to tell you what happened. So like I said, someone's woohoo about me all the time. I appreciate it. You're not coming to my birthday party. So like I said, for my job, sometimes I have to go out and I have to check permits or look for whatever they're wanting me to find. And so this one time, I just had to go and check and see if a house was there. You know, very difficult. My job is strenuous. You know, it's like, a residential structure there. Taking a picture, making a note, driving away, and I get a flat. I was like, no problem. I'm a man. I have a beard. I can change a flat tire. So I change the flat. I get it off. I'm getting all dirty. And it's like, manlyhood. And I get the spare on, and I drop the jack in. It's flat to the rim. I was like, oh, thank you for whoever else drove this car to leave me to die in the middle of nowhere, apparently. And I mean, I wasn't too panicked. So I was like, you know what, I'll just call somebody in the office and they'll come get me. Pull my phone. Just kidding, I don't have a razor. I just touchscreen. And I was like, no service at all. That's when I started getting panicky. All right. Didn't have any water. Hadn't had lunch yet. I get hangry. All right. I'm like, this is not good. My only source of nutrition was a bag of ranch-flavored sunflower seeds, which, let me tell you, those are the worst when you think you're going to die. I was like, oh, I should get a barbecue. My last thoughts. You know? Oh, maybe I should go with David's, not Spitz. Yeah, so there I am, you know, I was like, I'm going to die, and it was really, really hot, and so, you know, I don't know how long I'd been waiting there, and I was there laying with my shirt wrapped around my head, with the door open, trying to get a breeze going through, because I thought I was going to die, and I was just about to think, you know, maybe someone will find me. When I looked out on my car, there was an omen of my fate. Right there was a smashed, dried up, need I imply, dead frog. And I was like, you sir, Kermit, you and I are about to share the same fate here very soon. So I just leaned my chair back in what used to be a car and is now my coffin. And I just lay there. This is it. I was like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Into the Wild, but that's how I felt right there. I was like, oh, last guy, you know. But no. So I'm laying there and I hear a car approach. I was like, what is this? Hope? Is that what I hear? And I sit up and there's a guy that I work with driving up. And I was like, I'm saved. So I got all my strength that I had and crawled out of the car. And I come up and I get to him and I throw my arms around. I was like, oh, Captain, my Captain! Oh, how could you ever find me out here? Well, Ross, the number out of our office is on the side of your vehicle, and the lady watering her flowers over there got a little concerned when she saw you crying. I called you from her house phone. I appreciate it. I don't know what she meant about crying. About crying. I was too dehydrated. Is it possible? I'm crying. Good. Thank you. Thank you. So I was saved. So I was saved, which is awesome. It's always nice to still be alive. And so yeah, but when you have a near-death experience such as that, you start to reevaluate your life. You start to think about decisions you made. And I'm not happy to say that the first reaction I had once I got back to civilization and safety, and rehydrated, and had a wrap from Subway, I'm sad to say that my first response was I wanted to tweet about it. Because I think if I tried to tell my family, like, they wouldn't care. They interrupt me, tell me about so-and-so. Yet again, it's like, seriously, so-and-so has issues. But no, so I wanted to tweet about it. I wanted to tell a bunch of random people or people that I barely knew, hoping that through their scrolling, they might say, oh, that's what I'm saying. But that's how sad our society has really come to, if you think about it. Like, friendships and relationships aren't validated until they're Facebook official. Thoughts and ideas aren't considered valued until they're favorited or retweeted. And white girls everywhere refuse to eat until they post it on Instagram. I mean, that's what we've come to, and I'm not happy to say that I'm part of that. I mean, it's awful, and so, yeah, social media, it's great for keeping up with people, but at the same time, it's killing us slowly. I guess it's a great time to say if you want to follow me on Twitter. My handle is @GlazedRoscoe. That's GLAZEDROSCO. I can't spell, but I tend to be smart. So that's me. So go ahead and do that. But yeah, and so like I said, I was one day reevaluating my life and wondering why God had spared me on that night. And it came to me through a conversation during a Tuesday night. I remember it's a Tuesday night during a very particular wild card baseball game. I don't know if anybody else watched it. A few people, I guess. But no, I was there watching the Royals clinch their playoff spot. And it was during conversation I realized that my calling in life is at the clock. Yeah, that's right. So I went through the strenuous 10-minute online process to become an ordained minister. So yeah, you never heard me as Reverend Ross if you got it. I might have to change my Twitter handle from what implies being a stoner to the man of God. Yeah, so legit, not even kidding. I could do marriages. That's pretty cool. Or, in case you were to catch the Ebola, I could do your funeral. I mean, that's cool too, right? Like, it's too soon, bad. But seriously, I mean, people are freaking out about this Ebola thing, right? My favorite, though, was the recent scare of it being over in Kansas. And it's not just because I hate Kansas, but it was because of how they approached it. There may be a case of Ebola in Kansas. Let's talk about how terrible it is. This is what the news is doing. They're doing these articles and these stories and interviews like, look at this person's eye falling out. That's because of Ebola. This person's ugly because of Ebola. This person has to walk because they missed the bus because they have Ebola. Like all these awful things, these side effects of Ebola. Well, it turns out not Ebola at all. And so we're like, yeah, my bad. Classic news. We were wrong. But then they take the time to talk about, well, let's look at how hard or how easy it is to actually catch or receive Ebola. Come to find out, as an average American citizen, incredibly difficult to get Ebola. And I was sitting there going, it might just be me, but I'm pretty sure you did those two stories in the wrong order. I'm pretty sure when there's a scare of a death-killing virus here in the States, being state-born, you want to talk about, hey guys, this is how not to spread it. If you're being considerate, don't mix around your bodily fluids with anybody. Like if someone showed signs of Ebola, leave. Don't hang out. That would have been nice, but no, they go, hey, let's get everybody paranoid, and they come about, sorry guys, totally, containable illness, not Ebola at all. And so, like, I don't appreciate how the news does that, but in all honesty, it'd be terrible to lose somebody to Ebola, am I right? Right. Everyone's like, I got a couple people. But no, like, is anybody here, like, on a date with a boyfriend or girlfriend? Anybody? Nobody? Awesome. You guys are? Oh, that's great. What's your name? Jake. And what's her name? Oh, Crystal. Good to meet you guys. Good to meet you. Well, that's awesome. Well, I don't know if you heard, but Ebola would be terrible, right? like you'd be pretty upset if you lost her to Ebola. Am I correct? Well, we'll go ahead and stand up just for a second. Well, I'll take it off. Okay. And both of you. I mean, thank you. So I'd like you like a Roman government. Oh, that works too. So I don't know if you heard that. I'm an ordained minister, and it'd be awful to lose her, right? Okay, great. You can sit down. Thanks so much. Oh man, but seriously. But no, I'm glad to see that you're doing well. I don't have as much luck with the whole dating scene, but that's okay. I save my money. So, but no, I don't know what like my struggle is. I mean, I don't know if it's anywhere from have no self-esteem to I am growing my hair out to donate for a good cause. So I don't know if it's like from behind I look like a slightly stocky lesbian. I don't know if that interferes with my efforts. I'm not sure. I mean, I have nothing wrong or against, people who choose how to live their life however they want, Like, I mean, it is sad though that now that when I do have a date, people question that. And, not that I have a date, they're happy like, woo, get the flyers out. A little excessive, but I appreciate it. But no, they're always like, so you have a date? I was like, yeah. With a girl? Yeah, it's with a girl. I mean, I'm not gay, never have been gay, never will be gay. I mean, I have, nothing wrong, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't work out where it's like, you're sitting there on the team straight, dugout, and you're like, yeah, I really want to play the game, but I was picking these. So like, you look over to, the gay team, like, hey guys, hey, you guys need another player over there? I don't think that's how it works. I'm not going to discuss that. But no, I mean, that's a struggle. But like I said, I mean, I don't have a problem with people being gay, because the way I look at it is when you got a gay dude dating another gay dude, that's two gay dudes out of the equation. Yes, my ratio's up. Let me appreciate that. But then the lesbians come in and ruin that ratio completely. Bring it to equal playing field. But no, I did have some recent luck. I did go on a date recently, and it was pretty nice. And she really enjoyed it. I was like, oh, I'm surprised. It's almost like that Samuel Adams Boston Lager commercial where like, we're not going to tell you what you're drinking. What do you think of it? This was actually really nice. It was Samuel Adams Boston Lager. You don't say. Really the marketing you want to get across is, I'm surprised this tasted good. But no, that's how I felt. I was like, you liked our date? Yes, So anyways, so she wanted to go on another date. I was like, that's cool. And again, with the recent near death, I was evaluating life and looking at things, and I said to myself, there's things in life, there's times in life where you don't want to put yourself out there because you're scared of rejection, or you're scared of failure. Am I right? Anybody else feel that way sometimes? And the thing is, when you don't put yourself out there, that's where regret comes from. You never really regret going out and doing something, making that chance, but it's those opportunities that you don't hold back, or that you do hold back and you don't put yourself out there. And so, I was feeling really sentimental, having had a close encounter with the Reaper, and I don't appreciate you laughing at that. I almost died. And but no, so I decided I'd tell this girl exactly what I was telling you about fear and rejection. I said, you know what? I don't want you to be another one of those mistakes or those regrets because I don't put myself out there. And so I want you to know that's how I feel and that's what I'm going to do. And I want to put myself out there so that later on I can say, you know what, at least I tried. Very, very sentimental, right? That's exactly what I thought as I texted that to her. Thank you so much, everybody. You've been great.
Keep it going for Ross.